All right, guys, look, we're going to talk about some things, and I'm going to attempt to talk about this as calmly as I can because I'm so mad and I am so disgusted and I'm so irritated with what is going on in our society. I cannot take it anymore. I absolutely cannot take it. So we've got right now three stories over the past couple days that prove that we do not have a race problem in America. We do not have a gun problem in America. We do not have a gender problem in America. We have a heart problem in America. Period. The end. Shut up. Shut your mouth. You're a moron. You have no idea what you're talking about. Okay? Racism is not alive and well in America. Shut up. You're a moron. You have no idea what you're talking about. Gun issues, gun problems in America is not a problem in America. Shut up. You're a moron. You don't know what you're talking about. Proof. Here we go. All right. Lil Nas X, okay? The rapper who came out as homosexual a year ago or so with Old Town Road or whatever it is, has come out with the worst music video I've ever seen in my life, where he homosexually basically has sex with the devil, okay? The devil, all right? Now, granted, I know that music videos have pushed the limits over the years, but grinding up on the devil, come on, dude, it's a little much, okay? He has even acknowledged that he knows that the base mass majority of his following are children, and he does not care. But it doesn't stop there. Oh, nay, sir. No, it's not. Now he has come out with Nike shoes that are devil shoes, Satan shoes. They're only making 666 pairs of them. They have pentagrams on them, and they even have a drop of human blood in them. Human blood. Are you freaking kidding me right now? What the ball? What are we... Mr. Potato Head is offensive because genders, okay? How dare we assume a gender of a toy potato? Dr. Seuss is racist. Pepe Le Pew is a rapist. But freaking selling Satan shoes is okay, and nobody seems to have a mass cancelization issue against Lil Nas X. Nike has come out, however, and said that they do not endorse this. He's doing it on its own. But yet, he's selling Nikes. Can't Nike have a cease and desist kind of thing? I would feel like Nike would have the power to do something like that. Also, Nike taking the moral high ground when they literally make their shoes from Chinese sweatshops is ridiculous in and of itself, but I digress. Also, let's talk about this, all right? Well, we don't have a race issue in America, and we don't have a black cop violence issue in America, and I'll prove it. I can't show you the video, because if I show you the video, it'll get taken down, because it's so incredibly graphic. Muhammad Anwar, an Uber Eats driver, is brutally murdered by 13 and 15-year-old black girls. Black girls, okay? The video is so graphic, I cannot even begin to tell you the mental, horrific images that will come into your head. It literally shows them trying to steal this man's car. He's trying to hold on. They literally put it in drive and take off. The door hits the guy 3 times. Then they wreck the car, flinging him from the car. He dies brutally. And then what happens? The police don't come and shoot the 13 and 15-year-old black girl. There goes your narrative right there, that the police are automatically, they just shoot black people for doing nothing. These people literally murdered someone, and nothing happened to them. They were, in fact, detained, okay? And what are they concerned about? What are they concerned about? They're concerned about their phone, right? They literally step over the dude's dead body trying to get to their phone. What about the Virginia Beach mass shooting? Did you hear about that? No, of course you didn't hear about it, because it turned out it was 2 black dudes that did it. All right? Does it fit the narrative? Does it fit the agenda? Does it? No, doesn't fit it at all. Because apparently mass shootings only count when it is me, pretty much. White, male, Trump voting, gun loving enthusiast. Apparently that's the only time it matters, right? Because you want to talk about stereotyping. according to a lot of people, to include the niece of the vice president, I am a white supremacist terrorist mass shooter, right? Boulder, Colorado shooter was the #1 trending thing in the world, while they thought it was a white guy that shot up everybody. But the second they found out it was actually an immigrant from Syria, poof, magic vanish, it's gone. Because it doesn't fit the freaking agenda. Let me explain something to you. We do not have a race issue in America, okay? We do not have a freaking gun problem in America. In fact, we don't have enough guns. As proof of Muhammad Anwar, his life mattered too. Where are the protests in the streets? Where are people calling for say his name? They're not anywhere to be found because it doesn't fit the narrative. At all. It doesn't sell because no one gives a flying crap unless it pushes the narrative of the agenda that the left is trying to push. Prove me wrong. At me. Please explain to me. Here's what we have a problem with in America. All right, let's take the 13 and 15-year-old girl. People are like, oh, well, we shouldn't hold them accountable. CNN is even reporting that it was an accident. An accident? Are you freaking kidding me? It was murder. Cold-blooded murder. I don't give a crap if they're 13 or 15 or not. Oh, Grandma, we can't hold 13 and 15-year-olds responsible for their actions, even though it led to a horrifically brutal murder of an innocent man. What about the rest of their lives? What about the rest of their lives? Well, if it's not their fault, whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? It's your fault. It's my fault. Where are the parents, first of all? All right, this is the problem we have in America. We have lack of discipline within the home. We have absentee fathers. We have mothers that are more concerned about taking pictures with bikinis on and getting likes and followers on Instagram than we have people literally beating their kids when they're doing things bad. When I say beating their kids, I'm talking about discipline. I'm not talking about abuse. I'm talking about the fact that, look, man, in 2021, this whole kids need to express, shut up. No, kids need to learn that there is a pecking order in society, there are rules to be followed, and there are consequences to your freaking actions. Be parents, because if it's not the 13 and 15-year-old's fault, then whose fault is it? Maybe they should come to your door, parents of the 13 and 15-year-old. Maybe you sucked so bad as a parent, maybe you should be punished. Oh, Grandma, that doesn't make any sense. So what do? We just let it go? We just let it go. It just didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. Nothing. Where is the freaking cause for gun control now that it turned out that it was a dude from Syria and it was 2 black guys on the most recent mass shootings? Huh? Where are they? They're not there because it doesn't fit the agenda. Lil Nas X only has the reach and the popularity that he does to push the horrific things that he does because we allow it to be so. What are your kids watching? What are they watching? We have a lack of God in America. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Even if you don't believe in God and you're not a Christian, shut up. Everything has deteriorated since the removal of God in America. Period. The end. Be quiet. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm sorry. You are wrong. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian or not. America was founded on Judeo-Christian values. That cannot be argued. So therefore, since we've been removing God from America, look at what is happening. We have a heart problem in America. We have a cultural problem in America through massive amounts of cultures, okay? There's white trash white people that need to be dealt with, all right? But there's also bad black communities, there's bad Asian communities, there's bad Hispanic communities, there's bad everything communities, and we need to stop trying to point the fingers and we need to tell the truth. And the truth hurts. Every single one of you should be toting a gun around at all times because you can trust literally no one. You know what's going to stop #MeToo moments? A gun. You know what's going to stop freaking trying to steal a car and it leads to your death? A gun. You know what's going to stop a mass shooter from killing the most amount of people possible? A freaking gun. I'm sick of it, man. I can't take it anymore. We need God in America, and we need him in here immediately. We need actual members of government with a freaking backbone to stand up for what is right in our society. Stop being afraid of Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey and the freaking overlords of the world because you're worried about getting reelected next time. Shut up, do your job. If you were doing your job, you wouldn't care about being reelected. It would handle itself because you're doing your job. We live in a society that we cancel people over the stupidest of things. But yet people like Lil Nas X can literally make Satan shoes. Satan shoes. Nike took down a Betsy Ross flag shoe because it was too offensive. You remember that? But yet Nike is just like, we ain't got nothing to do with this. We can't. Yeah, it's a Satan shoe. Yes, it is a Nike shoe, but we didn't have nothing to do with that. Nothing. Whatever. Shut up. Nobody believes you. And even if you didn't, you have the ability to freaking like stop them from doing that because it's a bad look. Nike is a bad look. It's not a good look at all. Satan shoes. What the? We do not have a race issue in America. We have a cultural issue in America through mass amounts of cultures. We do not have a gun issue in America. We have a lack of discipline at the home. We have a lack of Jesus in our life and in our government. We have a lack of justice because our people that are supposed to enforce the laws and create the laws are corrupt. And if the people making the laws and enforcing the laws are corrupt, how can there be true justice anywhere? The media is the enemy. They do not want to show you the good of the world. They want to show you the bad because the good doesn't sell. The bad does. Nobody wants to see people trying to help others. Nobody wants to see black people and white people and Asian Americans and Hispanic Americans together as one. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody gives a flying crap about that. Even though that is 99% of America. Go to China and find how many non-Chinese people you can find and then come back and tell me something. Shut up, you entitled, horrific, self-centered, degenerate societies is what we live in. Go to freaking Africa. Tell me how many non-African people you see. I mean, go to Ireland. Tell me how many non-Irish people there are. Shut up. We live in the greatest country in the world because of the diversity of thought. And that's another thing. Division is not a bad thing. Listen to me when I say this to you. Division of thought is what's led to all of the positive changes in America. Okay? There were people who didn't want to freaking declare independence from Great Britain. Did you realize that? No. There was actually division among the colonies. And division and thought and conversation and going back and forth and not being the same is actually what led to the decision and the outcome of declaring independence, which led to America in the first place. Slavery, the Civil War, there was a lot of divisiveness about that, but guess what? Because there was divisive thought and which led to which led to debate, and yes, there was bloodshed that had to occur. It led to the ending of slavery in America. Shut up. We do not have a race problem in America. We do not have a gun problem in America. We have a heart issue. And if you can't look at the recent things, Satan shoes being sold and people accepting it, black girls openly murdering Muhammad Anwar, whose life matters, and CNN labeling it an accident. It also completely destroys the police hate black people narrative because they weren't murdered on the spot. So what are you talking about? Shut up, you're wrong. And then this whole mass shooting debate. Everybody talked about Boulder, Colorado till they figured out it was an immigrant from Syria. And nobody's talking about the Virginia Beach mass shooting because there's two black guys that did it. You only talk about it when it's somebody that looks like me that does it. Evil will always be present no matter what we do. And if you disarm the good people in society, if you make it harder for the good people in this world to do what they need to do, then we're screwed. We need God back in America. We need